All right, Shalom. When I give our first of all, foremost, when I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone of Ruel, and much peace, safety, and blessings to those for the leg. Throughout the four winds, pushing his truth and sincerity and diligence. All right, as the brother Loyal from the Great Millstone, Lake Charles, Louisiana, County, coming back again with another quick lesson. As always, law will it be edifying to the elect. All right, so I entitled this one, you must be taught how to walk. All right, because in this truth, you're not going to actually know, first and foremost, the ins and out on your own. All right, how to go into certain scriptures, how to break certain scriptures down. But in this case, ultimately, how to conduct yourself. All right, how to conduct yourself. And this is basically what I'm going to go into. All right, so this is Romans 10 and verse 15, it says, and how shall they preach except they be sent? All right. How shall they preach except they be sent? All right. And ultimately, you have to be sent and called by Yahweh Shem Yahshai to put your hand on the plow and do this will. All right. Because that goes to show you that the prophets didn't just wake up on their own and do this thing. All right. It says, it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace. All right. It is a beautiful sight to see. All right. It says the feet of them that preach the gospel, basically going into the ways that their walkings. All right. Let's go into the word feet. It says a foot of both men or beasts. But mainly the last one, which is B, it says of disciples listening to their teacher's instruction, are said to be at his feet. Okay, so it is a beautiful thing. The feet of them that preach the gospel, because their ways, all right, they're gonna walk after the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and ultimately they're gonna train you in like manner to do the same thing. All right. Let me grab a quick precept. Just goes perfect with this. Exodus 23 and verse 20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way, all right, and to bring thee into a place which I have prepared, which is what the kingdom, all right. But in order for you to be kept in that way, all right, you have to be taught certain things, all right. It says, beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. Okay? It says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, which is what hearken and listen and take heed, all right, then will I be an enemy unto thine enemies, as an adversary unto thine adversaries. Okay? And that's what you want. You want to be found favorable in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, all right? So you must hearken into the order that's given. Okay, it says, what beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. And those glad tidings that we're bringing for us, what? Telling you that, hey, it's a way out of this hellhole that we're in. All right, leading you back to the righteous path, connecting with Yahweh Shem Yahshai once again. All right, it says footstool. So you're gonna be under someone. All right, you're gonna be under someone. All right, it's always gonna be someone above you in this thing, you know, and that brings forth order. All right, because previous to coming in this thing, we wouldn't conducting ourselves in a righteous manner. All right, it basically was anything goes. Okay, but now that we've been called into this thing from Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and we are under this grace period to get things right. All right, while others, they don't even have others don't have the same grace that we have been granted. All right, we basically have a head start on the race. All right, it's Ephesians 4 and 17. It says, I say this therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. All right, and this is what the former manner we conducted ourselves in. All right, walking as the other Gentiles who are Hellenized Israelites that walk after the customs and traditions and ways of this world. All right. It says in the vanity of their mind, and their mind is their heart. All right, leaning upon their own understanding. It says having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High through the ignorance that is in them. So the more they continue not to hearken and take heed to the service of the prophets, all right, they're gonna continuously have their understanding darkened. They're gonna continuously be basically deported from Yahweh Shem Yahshua more and more as they continue to dwell in their wickedness. It says because of the blindness of their heart, all right, who being past feeling have given themselves over to it's like I could never say this word, lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. All right, and that's what they do. They're basically handing themselves over to what word I want to use? Basically to unruly and wicked works. All right, wicked deeds. It says, but ye have not so learned Hamashiach, and that's why they do this. Because if they had learned the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, they would take heed. All right. It says, but so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him as the truth in Hamashiach. All right. And this won't be taught to anyone. All right. This truth just won't be taught to anyone because Israel is the stiff-necked people. All right, many people are stuck in their ways, and they don't want to accept their wine. All right, this is Isaiah 28:9. It says, "Whom shall he teach knowledge?" So who shall Yahweh Shem Yahshua allow to receive this truth? All right. It says, "And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?" To them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. All right, speaking on what these men being converted and basically being held in the state of babies. All right, that's why I put this picture here. Hey, you have to be taught how to walk. All right, you have to be built up. All right, in order for you to do anything. Okay, you have to be built up first. Proverbs 22:6, it says, train up a child in the way that he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. All right, and that's what we're doing here at Great Millstone. You have these other camps saying, Yahushua is a black extremist. But Yahushua conducted itself in a orderly fashion. All right, and that's what we doing, because we know that we can't just do everything according to our own will. All right, everything has to be done how in the same manner. Everything has to be done in that same manner. All right. All right. This is verse 22, going back to the book of Ephesians. It says that you put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to a deceitful lust. All right. And like I said, before coming into this truth, we was basically walking totally after the flesh. All right. Whatever our flesh wanted to do, we was rolling with it. All right. But now we have been called into this thing to conduct ourselves in a kingly and a holy priesthood manner. Okay. It says which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed. All right. So you must be renewed. All right. That old man has to be put away. All those wicked attributes that the old man held, all right, they have to be put away so you can basically be found acceptable in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. It says in the spirit of your mind. So that's where it all starts with. All right. The cleansing of your mind. All right. It says that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High created in righteousness and true holiness. All right, so you putting on that new man. Conduct yourself in a kingly fashion. All right, not eating abominable foods, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. All right, playing the role of Clark Kent. All right, putting that cape on when you in the world amongst other people. All right, you must blend in, and that's a major thing. You must blend in. Yahushua blended in. That's why when he was offered up to Pontius Pilate said what? Hey, I see no fault in this man, you know? I see no fault in him because Yahushua didn't go around pulling out AK-47s on people, you know? Like you have these niggas in these other camps, you know? He knew that he had a purpose to do, likewise to us, because we're supposed to walk in the manner of him, all right? We know that our job and our whole duty is to do the will, and that's it, all right? Everything else is going to follow after, all right? It's Philippians 1 and verse 16. It says, the one preached from my shock of contention, all right, not sincerely. And this goes basically for these other camps, all right? Not sincerely supposing to add affliction to my bonds, but the other love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel, all right? And we know that we're just set for the defense of the gospel. And let me grab this real quick. You go into that word defense. Basically means a plea, okay? Because what? We're set up to defend the gospel, all right? And that basically goes to what? Be ready to give an answer or account if any man have a scripture, a question according to the scriptures. But these other camps don't what? They don't go into these words, and ultimately they don't have the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, all right? The defense. Cause you always gonna have to be in a defended, I'm gonna say in a corner that they're defending the truth or the gospel and the doctrine that they bring out in a carnal manner. All right, but what it says in the book of 1 Corinthians, we are spiritual men. All right, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. All right, it says verbal defense, so it's verbal. All right. Speech and defense, a reasoned statement or argument. And that's what we bring forth. All right, it's going to be a reasoned statement. Okay, we don't have to go out and get to slapping people around because they don't want to take heed. You know, let's conduct yourself like a nigga, and we don't come in that manner. All right. Why? We're kings, and we truly know that what Yahweh Shem Yahshua is gonna take care of everything. As long as we just stay spiritual and do what we was put here to do. All right. It says Romans 2:6. Who will render to every man according to his deeds, his doings. The Lord will render or give back to every man according to his deeds. All right. To them who to them who by patient continuance and well-doing seek for glory and honor and immortality, eternal life. But unto them that are contentious, all right, these what is it? These black extremists. It says, and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, and wrath. All right, the Lord is going to pay you guys back for basically not walking after Him. Okay, it says 2 Corinthians 12 and 20. It says, for I fear, at least when I come, I shall not find you such as I would. You know. Hey, when Yahushua makes that return, you want to be found blameless and without spot, just like He was. All right. And that I shall be found unto you such as ye were not. Least there be debates, envying, wrath, strifes, backbiting, whisperings, swirlings, tumults. And these is everything that these other camps are labeled by. You know, debates, going in debate with this and envying and strife. You know, GMS this, GMS that. You know, hey, we just set up to do what we was ordained to do. All right, that's it. People, and when they come into this state of being trained up how to walk, hey, they pick up only the bad things. All right. Why? Because they don't know the scriptures. Why? Because they don't know how Yahushua conducted himself. You know, they want to pick up this rowdy thing and basically bring worldly things into this truth. All right, and that's why many people don't last in this truth, all right? Because they're still in a state of being carnal, all right? It says Philippians 2 and 3, it says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. So in other words, go your ass on the highways and hedges, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, wake up the elect, put up your videos, stay in the spirit, all right? Keep the high holy days, the Sabbaths, you know? Hey, and just endure, all right? You're going to go through the hell, but endure. So what? You have scoffers come up at camp. Hey, the hell with them. Preach the word, keep it pushing, All right, hey, the Lord gonna deal with them. If you really trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, there's nothing you really should be worried about. All right, you shouldn't be letting these heathens or these demons get you out of your character. All right, it says, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. All right. Now I always want to be a hothead. I always want to be seen. I do this, I do that. No, we're all one body. All right. This is James 3 and verse 16. It says, for where envying and strife is, there's confusion and every evil work. All right. And you don't want to be found as one of those that's doing these evil works or just going out on the highways and hedges and doing these things for vainglory. All right. Because what you have to actually understand is this is not your will. All right. This is not our will to do. This is the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's why it says what? You're going to be, it went back to that word defeated, basically went to footstool. All right? We're all subject to being under Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? So we must do the will that he has ordained and called us to do. All right? Because what? You're going to do it regardless. All right? Verse 17, it says, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy with good fruits. All right, so the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, the ways that the Lord created us, the mindset, the state of our conduct that we should be. All right, because what the scriptures say, if possible, be all peace, basically have peace with all flesh. You know, it says without partiality and without hypocrisy. Okay, hypocrisy, Salakia. It says, and the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. All right. So the more you become that living sacrifice. Let me grab that real quick, and I'll close it out with this one. Romans chapter 12. You know, the more you become that living sacrifice and give it up, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to continue to dwell with your spirit. All right, continue to sow with your spirit. It's Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, all right, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present yourselves a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to the Most High, which is your reasonable service. All right, so it's by giving those reasonable. When we went into defending the truth. All right, if anyone has a question, hey, that's our reasonable service, not to be basically turn this thing into a contentious and carnal matter. All right. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So when you're being trained up to become a child and then basically grow to a man in the truth, you know, it takes time. It takes restraint of wanting to do what you want to do. All right. All for a better cause. Because when we was trained up in the world before obtaining the truth, we was taught all kinds of wicked ways. All right. No, and if we're still walking those ways now, we will ultimately be destroyed. All right. But that's not the case. So you're basically being trained up for a better cause. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good. All right. And going back to the first scripture, says what? How beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace, because they're showing, I'm going to just continue, it says, and bring glad tidings of good things. You know, it's a precious thing for you to be called into this thing, actually understanding the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, going out on the highways and having Yahweh Shem Yahushua protect you from every philosophy that can basically drive you away. All these bullshit doctrines that they're teaching. All right. It is a beautiful thing. All right. And because we're walking that straight and narrow gate, headed straight to the kingdom, going through the fire and all. All right. So it's a beautiful thing if you've been called into this thing and actually are a doer of the word. All right. Because not just the hearers of the word will be justified. You have to be a doer. All right. It says that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. All right. So with that, man, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone and well, and much peace, safety, and blessings to those who elect throughout the four winds, pushing this truth and sincerity and diligence. Shalom.